All right, welcome to Time Attack Tuesdays here at JCCR Racing. I'm Johnny, and I'm your host and possibly co-driver. So we've got the JCCR Racing team, and that's what we're going to be doing in part 2 of the live stream. It's the JCCR Racing team versus versus the challengers or YouTubers versus subscribers. And before that, we're going to do Yas Marina Circuit. It's Time Attack Tuesdays, so pretty. I think the title says it all. We're going to attack the time trial here before we get into proper race week. So we'll start the proper race week on Wednesday. Knight Rider Jim, howdy friend, fellow driver, race colleague. Hey, Super Doofus, that is our teammate, and just like Knight Rider Jim, he's our teammate, but he's also the general manager, one of the general managers here at the JCCR Racing Team. Gaming 21, what is up? Howdy, friend. And Boston, thanks for making it in, Boston. We're going to be running some softs here, getting in some good laps, hopefully. Remy and the Dark J, welcome back, teammates. Great to have you in. Thank you for being prepped and ready. We're going to get into the JCCR race team versus the subscribers nice and early, because tonight it's just about getting that right time, because it makes such a big difference. If you're starting in top 5, you've got a good chance to finish podium and not be taken out. If you're starting in really 5th or lower, you're kind of in the middle of the pack. The super dangerous spot, I'd say, is like 8th, because you've got cars in front of you that might run slow and cause a crash, and there's a whole lot of challengers behind you, a pack of wolves, sometimes working and wanting to take you out, because you've got the sacred 8th position. Ronan, welcome in, buddy. Howdy ho. Let me know how it's going, folks. And, I like to see a lot of 911s here. Great. So the team and friends are running a whole lot of 152s. Oof, wow, D. Fei, a 151, fantastic. Oh, sorry, I'm on the global ranking. That's why I was like, Chaffee, I don't know a Chaffee, but Lead Pencil, really close. Congratulations to Seba, YouTube's Seba, with a 153.7, Ronan with a 154.9, and 155.2, still very fast. Sosa up there as well. Great work, guys. And okay, I gotta be right around Remy's time, so I gotta pull a 159 here, I guess. Try to at least. And I'd love to talk wheels, sim racing kits, folks. I'd love to talk about that tonight, because I just bought, and I'm gonna get in used, the Thrustmaster TLCM pedals. And their load cell, so the load cell pedals, oof. And now I've got to decide if I'm going to actually, I got a good price on them, but because I also bought a new steering wheel, a full wheel kit, that doesn't adapt to this older base, this Thrustmaster TGT2 base, then my new wheel does not, this track is kind of feeling a little demonic. Out to cause us to sin here by losing our patience or our drive, or just make us absolute gluttons, and I guess gluttons for pain. So for the Thrustmaster TGT2, I've got the new steering wheel with the new adapter that works on a T598 system. So I'd like to ask the community here, would you buy the T598 hub? It's going to cost me about $550. Or would you get the Fenatech? There's a special on the Fenatech kit. I can get it for $799 Canadian. The 5 Newton meters that actually go up to 10 under extreme conditions, like hitting a wall. And the Fenatech system is direct drive. So is the Thrustmaster T598 system. But I'm wondering, should I stick with Thrustmaster and go T598, sell this base, and then I'll have 2 wheels. So I just bought, I guess, the stock T598 steering wheel, the original one, thinking I could throw it on this based on the information I was given. Turns out, not the case, does not work. I can probably sell this kit that I've got here for The Fenatech's going to cost me about 800, and I'm probably going to get about 400 back from selling my kit. Or just get the Thrustmaster T598 system and sell, which will cost 600 plus shipping. We'll forget that part. So 600, I just change the base and then use my new steering wheel. Sell the pedals, because obviously I keep the load, Thrustmaster's load cell pedals. So what would you do? Would you put more preference on getting a Fenatech system with all the different steering wheels you can have? Or prioritize sticking with Thrustmaster to make sure to have better pedals? Because, well, the Fenatech system, I think it's the Club Sport DD, does not have load cell pedals. So what is the importance of load cell pedals? Right now, this belt-driven system, I've never... Hey, Aussie Bug! Oh, fantastic, a yellow Porsche livery. We will check that out at the end of this live. We're gonna check it out, probably slam it on the car. Ooh, 55 in Texas, ouch. Whew, 2 minutes, 0.6. I gotta cut a good 2 seconds off that. Great to have you in Aussie. Aussie's our mate from Australia. Always taking great care of the JCCR team with great liveries and good company. Brake balance at 0. Ooh, new livery for Dark J, yeah. Looking forward to seeing that, whether it's tonight or this weekend. Looking forward to seeing it. Oh, don't want to go out because my lap seems to... Oh, there we go, we went out. The lap seemed to be going pretty decently. We'll have to get it next time here. 159.7. So let's see if we can actually get a 159. But have it count. I'm going to catch the chat at the end of this little time trial segment. Lots of trail braking here, so I think I'm going to get it to... Let's try it out 2 and see if the car is still stable. Seems like my faster laps are just when I'm talking away. I guess talking away increases smoothness. So yeah, I'm debating whether I switch completely to Fenatech, kind of start over, but with Fenatech's direct drive, or switch to the T598 direct drive. And really at the base of all of it, I'm even wondering, is there that much of a difference between the direct drive and this belt system? I have a feeling pedals are going to be more important, but it's only a feeling. Haven't done proper tests of my own. +2 seems to be a nice little happy spot because I can do some late in-turn braking if I missed the pre-braking. Oh, wow, okay. Good to know, Aussie Pug. I didn't realize that. Super Doofus, we will see your car when you spin off track. I like that comment. Always important in life to not take ourselves too seriously. Seriously enough, but not so seriously that we can't make a little joke here and there. And not so seriously that we're filled with pride instead of being humble. Ooh, I really look forward to catching all these comments at the end of this lap. Thank you, Aussie Pug, for some really solid talk about load cell pedals. There we go, 158.5 last lap, and then we're going to get right into our JCCR Racing Team versus the Challengers. And I'm finally getting used to this track. Still do not feel like it's got natural flow. One last try. Thanks for your patience, everybody. All right, fast lap attempt, last attempt, then we'll just live with that time. Way off the line there. A little painful to do, and I'm sure painful to watch. But that's how we get better at things. We gotta live with a little bit of embarrassment. Yeah, I gotta color inside the lines. Yeah, that's my problem. I don't like these restrictive lines telling me what to do. Well, we're going to be living with the 158.5. It's not the worst time. There we go. Okay, well, it could have gone a lot worse. So let's see where that is going to put us. Well, it gets us not quite into the top 10 with our friends, and I got to figure out a way to get, wow, a full, the next is a big jump. How to get a full second, 1.1 seconds faster. Whew. Oh yeah, Super Doofus, Red Bull, you destroy my time. All right, let's see how we're doing. Where is our safety rating at? Not bad. We're almost halfway through C class, so we need a few more wins. We got to be able to survive Yas Marina without it destroying our rating. It's not a track I'm used to, so a little more practice Monday and Tuesday, but at least now we've got a time. Hopefully that at least starts us 5th, but I have a feeling we need to be in the 157s to start in 5th for our league. Excuse me. Let's see for the lobby. Who's going to be in tonight? Let's see. We'll get a 14 racer race started. And I think what we'll do is we're going to take this race right here and just switch it up to 14. And let's just make sure number of laps. Let's do 5 laps. And we've got tire wear. Let's get it down to 5 laps. Let's do times 4. To make it debatable whether someone should throw on mediums or just try to survive the softs and have maybe a bit of a rougher final lap. Oh, we should start with Saint Croix B. Okay, Super Doofus, sure. And I guess the reasoning for that is we are racing. Is that where we're going to be racing? Our challengers this Saturday? Or is that where our personal championship, the JCCR racing team from Sim League Pro, is going to be racing? I'm going to assume layout B. I think that's the typical layout here. And 5.89 miles. Let's do 3 laps in that case. Oh, league race on Saturday. Fantastic. League race, why don't we do 4 laps then? All right, we'll just wait for everyone to get in. Let's see if we've got some... Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Dark J! Looking sharp, Batman! Very nice. Very nice. We've got the Dark J right there. We've got our new livery that we've downloaded. Thank you very much, team. Many team members have now made us a JCCR racing livery that we can use, so very much appreciated. Let's get some of these cars on the track. So we got Banana as a challenger this evening. Hopefully he's not like that nasty Banana from Mario Kart, causing all sorts of havoc in spinouts. That's a cool livery too. JCCR Ronin. And I just got to get into the live stream because I want to catch what Aussie Pug was saying about... I want to catch everyone's live stream. Not Money Making Mondays. I'd like to get into tonight's. Here we go. Alright, so Super Doofus has been debating getting the brake mod for the G923. Wow, Florida and Texas running around 55 degrees. So, Seahawk saying, load cell gives you more flexibility with brake feel versus the position brake pedal. Aussie Pug, thank you for taking care of so many people in the racing community. And Aussie Pug mentioning that the World Tour drivers don't use load cell pedals, but they do feel more realistic. I am looking for something that feels a little more realistic. Aussie Pug saying you got the Logitech G Pro and pedals. I was blown away how much they feel like real car pedals. Oh, I like the sound of that. Oh, right on. Okay. So we got Devious on the track now. We've got Boston. Jay's on the track. Okay, so welcome, Jay. Welcome. We got a challenger in our driver, Jay. Remy, looking good. Thanks for flashing your lights to say hi. And we got Roke66 here. Roke's back. A challenger back for more. James Boda, another challenger. Subi Boy, and wow, quite a few challengers. Let's see if there's space for our regular drivers. I'll wait to see if anyone says, hey, what's going on? I don't have any space. As Bren made it in. Oh, good. Bren's got space. And we got some B-rated safety drivers here, so watch out, folks. Devious, I'm going to put you at the top, or at least near it. Get you away from the less safe drivers. Knight Rider Jam, I'm sorry, you're too fast for the top of the pack here. Same to you, all you guys, much too fast. You're fast in, so they put you near the top. We got a challenger here. Let's see what his rating is. Some more challengers. I'm gonna put myself a wee bit higher. And Super Doofus. I don't remember, Boston. What is your rating? So let's see. Hopefully that unblocks my camera. Okay, so I'm thinking softs are gonna be due with. Oh no, 3. How many laps do we put in? Oh, 5 laps? Oh yeah, not going to be doable because it's a 5.89 mile race. So it's definite mediums in my opinion. But if anyone wants to try it. So safety ratings that aren't S, because S already has a pretty big range between not that safe to safe. A is like not safe at all, and B is just wildly dangerous. So they end up at the bottom of the pack, guys. Work on getting your safety rating up so I can rate you higher. And let's see, Roke is a B, Boston is a B. So I see what I need to do. I need to move up James Boda and Remy, and we'll be ready to race. I think. All right, Aussie Pug, take care. Again, thank you so much. And folks, don't forget to check out Aussie Pug's channel. If you haven't already subscribed to his channel, please do so and hit the like button on as many of his videos that you can. And heck, you can even send me his videos. Send me the link so I can click on it, and that'll help his YouTube channel grow. He very much deserves it. So we're putting Dark J as the fastest driver tonight, I guess, since he's at the bottom of the list of the ranked drivers. And James Boda, I just got to move you up, and we'll be ready to start up. Thank you for everyone for their patience. So we got a mix of challengers here all over the place. It was a little harder to drive when we're overstuffed. I hope you're all ready to put the pedal to the metal, because in about 5 seconds, we're taking off. Probably actually 10 starting now, but... Oh, and I started up on Watkins. I am sorry. That's right, I did try to switch it to St. Croix several times, but I guess here we go. Watkins, sort of our channel's natural home track, I would say. Alright, now I'm going to be playing at the bottom of the pack. Had a little accidental twitch in the hand and shifted into second. off the start. I was not ready to put the pedal to the metal, because clearly I didn't, but I avoid any potential danger here. Not so much a problem in this lobby, but if you're playing in a championship race in sport mode, yeah, sometimes you want to avoid that lap 1, turn 1 bus stop, and almost better to sometimes be a little further back or right at the top. Thank you, Subu Boy. Oh, Subi Boy is driving an ST Subaru. Driving one of the Subarus, so fulfilling his name. Well done. Always weird seeing like someone named Porsche Lover and he's driving a Viper. Alright, are we going to go 3 or 4 wide into the bus stop? I hope not. I think it'd be almost better off that I hold back if that's going to be the case. And Watkins Glen being about 7 hours away from where I live, it is very tempting. They have, instead of high-speed runs across the track, you can pay about $30 and get to do 3 laps at a non-dangerous, potentially lethal speed. But then if you do want to go at those potentially lethal speeds, you gotta pay more. It's generally be about the same price as Mont Tremblant, which is almost $1,000 when you have to take the course first. The in-car safety course with an instructor. I know I had a car on the inside, so I went wide there. And I'm going to try to kind of defend the apex here. Not the ideal line, but a good defensive line, I believe. Alright, Dart J picking up a 146.5. That is extremely fast. Good job, Dart J. I have more than 4 seconds on my time. Showing the difference between an amateur and a pro. Alright, let's take positions here. Oh, and get into almost a double wide front, back, and rear. Almost 6 going through the corner. 6 going through in a very short distance. And we've had a good fast lap following these legends. Subi Boy is quick. Oh, and I go into the outside. Bad move. I was too aggressive going in, taking the apex the way I did. And then I took up a whole lot of track. And I'm paying for it now. Lost 2 positions. Let's try to get it right as we follow Dunkin' Donuts car. Oh, nice little pass in through the bus stop. Push it up hard up the hill. That was a slow lap for me. And the mediums, of course, making a 105.9, which is usually my target. Not quite possible, at least not for me on mediums. And I gotta start using up less of the track. I'm being a little too aggressive with the apex here when there's cars around. I'm like an extremely slow Verstappen tonight. Just jumping all over these curbs like I'm on the track. The apex. This Porsche 911 is incredible how well it handles taking a little destabilization from the curb, pops around but just plants itself flat on all 4 tires extremely quick. Ooh, very slow through there. Losing the speed I gained in the bus stop, and when you're racing, of course, we always want to be thinking, where am I too slow? Where am I a little too quick and maybe risking a bit too much? Assessing your own driving is so important when you're trying to get faster laps and when you're trying to run a successful business, family, hobby, life, sport, whatever you're trying to get better at. Self-assessment is oh so important. Little reflection on your performance, not to beat yourself up about it or feel embarrassed about it. Just a little honest reflection to focus in where you can spend more time and energy, where it might not be worth spending more time and energy. Where you might need to scale back or increase your time. And there, I know that I've got the bus stop. I just got to rinse and repeat the right lines. All right, so it sounds like Ronan had a good one. Fought off the challengers. We picked up a clean race bonus, so I'm happy about that. It's a clean race bonus, but it doesn't calculate how many times I kind of wrongfully stole the apex there. Yeah, really, really fast lap, Dark J. Fantastic. Let's see how this turned out. I wasn't anywhere near the top, so the Dark J, who I put in absolute bottom of the pack, picks up a first place. And otherwise, James Boda, a challenger, would have picked up the win. So that is 1 for the JCCR team, 0 for the challengers. And that reminds me, Dano, where's Dano? Dano's not in the house tonight. I guess he's living his best life tonight. All right. Let's see. So you know how it goes. We've got you win, you choose the next race. I know which one Super Doofus would pick. He'd pick Saint Croix so that we're ready for our weekend race. I guess many of us are going to have to try to memorize and learn that track. But it can be any race. Even if you say Fuji, I will put it on. Oh, Devious Daniel, thank you for taking that over that. B layout, fantastic. Dark J, thank you. So let's hit it up. Let's see, Saint Croix. B layout. And we'll do 4.39 laps. Well, we'll do 4 laps then. Softs might be doable at this point. Tough, but doable. All right, we got Devious running Bunny. We're going to have Super Doofus right ahead of me. I'm going to be starting off in third. We'll see how long that lasts. We got Remy right behind me. We got a challenger right here. And we've got Ronan, followed by Boston, Roke 66. Welcome back, challenger. Thank you for making it back, guys. And to the newbies, nice to meet you. Hopefully it's not going to be a stranger danger situation. Hopefully it's going to be, we'll love your driving and see you back. You'll get invited back. Great to see Roke back again. So folks, debate your tires, pick them out relatively quickly. So we're going to start this one up pretty quickly. This way, no one's going to get a big advantage of getting to practice out the track more than others. Yeah, that looks like a well-graded chart. 12 is going to be just right here. Let's start this race. I hope you're ready to put the pedal to the metal, as I know I will be this time. I'd like to pick up a podium position at some point. Starts with a good start off. It also starts with knowing the track, and I don't know if I know. I'll know it when I drive it, but I don't think I know what I'm doing here. All right, Devious is in the Viper. Oh, we got a few Vipers on the track. Looking sharp, guys. Oh no, we got to see a few liveries there. I don't know what happened, but it happened. A thing happened. They did a thing, but it didn't look all that intentional. Ooh, someone ate the wall behind me. And now we've got the Dark J, Batman himself, coming on up. Hopefully I haven't been naughty. Otherwise, he can Batman me to the back of the pack. I have to behave with Dark J around. I have given him kind of a license to thrill, a license to be Batman, swing from the rafters and give a good old jump kick on cars that aren't behaving. Ooh, that's not going to make us any faster. Oh, that'll polish out. See if I can keep up with these legends. right, so I braked, and that was a no brake zone. That was a flat out zone. Oh, high speed turns. Loving it. All right, Remy's holding his own. He's sticking with the legends. Oh, that won't be healthy for the tires, but we made it through. Ooh, close to a wall eater back there, but no wall eaters. And I'm going to be closing up the gap. Oh, of course, I want Remy to break win for me. Not in that smelly, too much Thanksgiving dinner kind of way. I'm going to capitalize on that small error. Not much space with Remy, and about 2.3 seconds behind the legendary Ronan. A little air there, hit the brakes, let go of the throttle. Slow through there, you can see how much track I left out on the table, which is a good indicator of how much faster I should have been going. Always a good way to judge if you're going too slow or too quick through a turn. Oh, I have lost it. Whew. Very light on the brakes, let go of the throttle, and steer and hope for the best. Tucked behind Jay Rizzo, and hope to get a little benefit from being in his wind pocket. Oh my goodness. A little emergency braking there as I came very close to ramming into Jay Rizzo. 100% my fault. Remy's back. Remy got back on the throttle nice and early there, so it's going to be, if he keeps driving like that, very difficult to pass him. Oh my goodness, and we made it through, and we're podium right now. Let's try to keep up this pace. Lucky break. Made it through the pileup. It's a fun race. I like the flow to this quite a bit. It's got a great feel. Nothing feels forced. This 911 is solid, so put together. I kind of feel like the old 911 and a lot of mid-engines would have had issues having two tires kind of off track there. Ooh, we got Bren. Oh boy, this is going to be hard. Bren is going to be catching up real quick. See how long I can hold Bren off for. Brakes on this 911 are incredible. Where's the brake balance at? It feels just right. Okay, +1 to the rear. I don't have all my controller functions here on the steering wheel, so having to go down the wheel, the controller, to actually move things around. Looks like for now I am holding off Bren. Just can't afford a mistake. Who's now closing up that gap, and Jay Rizzo and Dark J are just taking off. Full throttle through here. Gotta put your big boy pants on so it looks like you see forest, but no, you gotta, and here, a little late braking. Oof. Missed the apex. Let's see what that cost us. That cost us a lot in time. So we better nail this last section. I can't push it any harder. We didn't have much track left. Got to work on that last turn. Lost a lot of time there, but we're going to cross and hold third. We did a thing! Third with these legends is great. However, it's not as if I passed. I got a lucky break, and there's about a 6-car pile up that I somehow got through. There we go. With an A, and Dark J says his driver rating is B, but we all know he's a good, very, very good A, and on some tracks an A+. Dark J, cheers to you, mate. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to Jim as well. We got a clean race. Yeah, a little C driver made it up there through a little bit of luck. I saw you coming on me fast. I did not get that last turn right. Another lap, not even one lap, 2 turns, Bren. At the pace you're at, I don't even know if I would have survived 1 turn. Because we had about 1.2 seconds between us. Then boom, all of a sudden you're at like 0.8 and climbing. Seahawk saying, sorry for spinning out and hitting infinite cars. Yes, thank you. I'm going to say, don't say, you can say sorry. I'm going to say thank you, Ronan. I got a podium finally, and it was because of you. So yeah, no worries. Magnetic cars. Yeah, some cars were drawn into the others. So Dark J with his out of this world GTR, and not sure he's got human DNA, but he pulled a 210 here and pulled up first. Super Doofus saying he'll be managing the league from the afterlife. All right, so let's see right here. Let's see. Next race, Dark J. You picked the next race, so Dark J. You know how it works. You win. You choose the next race. And it's going to be the last race as we're coming up on the hour mark in 10 minutes. So that's 2 for the JCCR team, 0 to the challengers. Ooh, I'll have to put paper and fire near the top. All right, I pick. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. Let's see right here. Did Dragon Trail last night. Let's. Oh, Maguire with the new 911. Gotta try out an old track that we all know and love. We'll do 3 laps since we're at the end of the night, And that way, everyone can definitely feel happy and safe with their soft tires. Don't forget to put your soft tires on, folks. Actually, it's, yeah, there we go. 3. Let's do a 4 lap. We'll go into some overtime here. Yeah, so thinking this Thrustmaster 2 TGT2 system, I'd love to be able to try the direct drive from Thrustmaster to see if it's really worth it versus the belt, the dual belt that we've got right now. So don't forget, folks, you got to make sure you got the right tires on. I think pretty darn sure you're going to be able to survive on softs, but you want to play it safe, you can always get those mediums on. And I got to remember, who was it that I need to put up? It was Paper and Fire. Let's see who we've got racing in this final race of the night. Bren's running the McLaren. JCCR Devious is, I believe, Devious is in the Subaru. We've got Noah in the 911. Oh, we got a Challenger. Excellent. The Dark J. Ooh, no, new livery. I'm running this livery. Thank you very much to everyone that made a livery. Super Doofus is running it up as Batman. And Rogue 66. Another Challenger. Good looking livery. Ronan, let's get this race started. I hope you're all ready to put the pedal to the metal. Oh, Brent saying, be right back. Restroom. Oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough. I will give you a moment for that while D. Locklear tries to get in. Mr. D, you gotta hit that green check mark. Pick your car if you haven't already done so. All right, Brent is back. Fantastic. Let's get this race started. We'll be one driver short. But hey, in life, you snooze, you lose. Sometimes you got to be able to make a quick decision. All right, if y'all could help the community grow by hitting that like button. By hitting that like button, YouTube's going to say, hey, this is content we can recommend to people, that it can show up in their little scroll list. That's how we're going to get more people in here, more people racing, a bigger community. And with that, of course, will come more knowledge. And with more knowledge, we will have more power. Hear that Ronan's driving the AMG. Throaty, very deep and throaty V8. Oh, the car gets loose under braking with the hill. I gotta be running this brake balance at a -1. More towards the front. Get that to that brake balance correction. If you find a car is undrivable, you can... Oh, we caught air. We are destroyed. So I guess we'll be doing practice laps now. Hard blow off the speed bump, and it turned out to be a ski jump, not a speed bump. Mind you, this is the track that I feel is one of the tracks that feels the most like a great day on the ski hill. Lots of slalom. All right, so Ronan's at the top in first place for the moment. Dark J is running in silver spot. Here we got a Challenger in bronze. Nice to see a Challenger up there, and Remy is holding his own. A C driver like myself, but holding his own. Oh, he's in ninth. Okay, not fourth. And I am 31 seconds behind the pack, but let's see how the 911 handles in this section. This uphill braking section. Will the back end slide out? It shouldn't. We've got bias. The bias is to the front. More brakes on the front should keep the back end stable. Fool me once, speed bump. That's shame on me. Shame on you, sorry. Fool me twice. That's shame on me. Fool me 3 times and clearly I've got some sort of mental problem. Maybe intoxication is at play. Sobriety is not in the works. But once was enough. Almost had a Bushism there, as he had a lot of trouble. Publicly never got through that saying. It looks like we got some cars waiting up for us so that I can have a little bit of some friends to race with. A little bit more excitement when you're following behind a car. Good at slowing down the car with keeping the rear stable. So now let's test it out. Let's see if it was just a fluke. Let's make sure we're right about this. Alright, it's doable at +1 towards the rear. We just have to be light on the brakes if we're in an elevated situation. I don't have my radar on. We are following what I believe is the Subaru based from the sound. And I think those lights are Subaru lights on the back. Got to get this. Got to be more responsible. Get the radar back on. Alright, I gotta start going back to the basics. If I'm gonna be quick on this track, gotta go from the complete outside to the apex. We need to drive all over those apexes. Focus on just being apex predators and catch the apex every time. If we do that, we'll have naturally a fast lap, and you only get to do that if you're not doing last-minute braking, cooking your turns, burning that chicken. There we go. Super smooth. Just need to get some reduction in speed prior to the apex, so you don't sail on through. Yeah, Ronan for the win! Finally took one from Jay. So that's 3 points to 0 for the JCCR Racing team, and actually 2 to the Dark J and 1 to the Ronan. Kind of saying 1-2 as in like 1 to the power, 5 to the power of 2. Because you guys did have that kind of effect when it comes to speed. It was exponential. Multitudes of speed, faster than I. You guys did great tonight. Good game, good races. Ronan feeling the heat with the Dark J behind him. I just want to take the time to say congratulations. Gold going to Ronan, silver going to the Dark J, and the Challenger picking up third. Well done. Paper and Fire picking up fourth. So we had 2 Challengers right up there. And then Bren, our teammate, then Noah. So that was a really close one, guys. Nice to meet the new racers. Always great to see the old racers. And let's see here. I hope you... and you, we didn't have any issues with you either. Roke, of course, I hope to see you all back. Boston, always, you're a regular now. But I'm going to say see you again, because I'm expecting to see them again. And of course, I might be missing one, but pretty much everyone today did great. Noah, I didn't see any complaints here. Roke 66, this isn't your first time back, so again, thank you for making it back, doing great. Paper and Fire, love it, you came, you brought the heat. Tires failing in the end. That was a great race. Guys, thank you so much for those races. I'm blessed to have you all along. This channel wouldn't work if we only had 2-3 people come in and then it was all randos. It'd be the worst lobbies with the most violence. It'd feel like sport mode. And I don't think anyone really feels like they need more sport mode in their life. Some weeks are a lot better than other weeks. Some weeks in sport mode are fantastic. Super Doofus, that happens. And for me, when that happens, often the solution is just one more on the stability control. That's just my trick that works for me. Sometimes I'm just taking off corners and spinning out. I'm like, you know what? I got to get back to +2 there on the traction control. It's my happy space. All right, let's check this out. Let's see what Aussie Pug brought to us. Our mate Aussie Pug, down from down under. Naming himself American Pug. Well, we know that's our buddy Aussie Pug. Love it. I love the current livery I was running. But I also feel like I need to take and put on this new present as well. Getting spoiled this week. Let's see. Let's check it out here. YouTube, JCCR with OPD. That's Aussie Pug Designs. Check out his YouTube channel. And don't forget, of course, check each other's YouTube channels out. Give each other some love and support. Give a good hand to our general manager, Tom. Super Doofus Tom. Ooh, a nice little hidden Canadian flag. I love that. It's light. It's light. I wonder if I've got a back window this week. Little snap-on tools right there. Glad that they didn't name, there's no Chinese mock company trying to copy them, calling themselves strap-on tools. I don't think that'd be great for the kids to be using. GT3, love it. Good livery. Solid. We're going to load it on here, or it already is loaded, so applying it. And let's end on this fine note. We all need to count our blessings. I guess what I was trying to say the other night is your perspective, your general inner attitude really changes your reality. If you take life on, seeing difficulties as challenges, well, then you're going to wire your brain. You're going to wire to that. Your attitude is going to be wired to it. Your gestures are going to be wired to it. You're going to be much less stressed. You've got a challenge in front of you. If your attitude is, oh, good, this is a cool problem to solve and learn from, as opposed to, oh, everyone's always against me. Life's always against me. If you come from a place of gratitude, you're going to prosper. You're going to race long and prosper. Far more so, though, than if you're always coming from a place of negativity, because that place of negativity is going to create a lot of inner stress, which is going to fry out your brain. They've done brain scans of people who are stressed for hours per day, and over a time period, they have very similar brain scans to people with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. So that affects tremendously your memory. It affects tremendously your concentration, and it can also be a source, a big source or a pillar of depression, malaise. So all I can say is the Bible was right. They warned us. We've been warned for thousands of years. We need to come from a position of gratitude, and that's sort of why I like to often say, be kind. Start off by being kind to yourself, because that'll help rewire your brain. And just gratitude. One way of saying it's kind of like be positive, but I always find like that's tough advice. It's like, yeah, sure, be positive. That's easy if everything's going great. But you can even have times going by, like you can have a pretty darn good life and still kind of hate it and not be in a good place and not be happy. And I think a lot of it comes down to rewiring your brain for gratitude, for seeing life as an opportunity. And it does require a lot of training. It requires perfection and perseverance and discipline to keep your mind trained like that, just the way any sport requires, including this sport, which teaches discipline and perseverance. So I'm blessed to have you all along for this wonderful journey together. Thank you so much, guys. Godspeed and God bless everyone. I hope you get to put the pedal to the metal in a car that you love sometime real soon. If it's not in the real world, this is still my favorite way to race, by the way, so that is A-okay. But over in the real world on Johnny's Car Care and Reviews on YouTube, if you check it out, you'll see a Shelby GT350, you'll see a Porsche 911, a 2025 Ford F-150, and a Toyota MR2. All those I own for different reasons. You'll figure that out on the channel. I talk about that often enough, so I'll just leave it on the note of saying, hey, it would really help out if you check out that channel if you're into real world cars. Thanks so much for racing this fine evening. Take care and see you back tomorrow night at 9:10 Eastern Time for the races. We're going to finally take on Marina. Thank you, Daniel. That would really help if you hit that like button. Take care and see you guys tomorrow night.